Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Grace Thornton here at KVUE News. We do have a more active week expected for this upcoming week, so we're going to go over the potential for maybe some flooding in some areas of central Texas, as well as what we're expecting for that severe weather outlook as well. So what we're going over is today, Sunday, you probably woke up a little bit on the cooler side. Now, technically, we are about 10 to even 15 degrees warmer than yesterday. However, we do have rain chances that will be increasing as we head throughout the day, as well as, again, heavy rain incoming tonight through Monday morning as well. And then, of course, that flood threat, because we have rain chances on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to have a flood threat that lasts through that long. So let's kind of look outside right now. It is a kind of cloudy day across Austin there. You can see clouds being reported all the way from Austin to Georgetown, Burnett, and those cooler temperatures. Now, the National Weather Service this morning did put out a special alert that could potentially lean on possibly some freezing rain in the area. However, we have not seen that here in Austin, and it's likely just a little bit too warm for that to happen anyway. You can see here, I'll bring up our Max 1 computer. You can see there over towards El Paso, kind of that pinky and even some areas of snow in the southeast region of New Mexico there. They are seeing a little bit of that freezing rain just because their temperature range is a little bit lower than ours, but you can also see that they are seeing some rainfall as well. For the Austin area, though, not seeing much. It's possible that maybe a couple of these little sprinkles of that freezing rain, very generally just these little pockets here, could make it into the hill country, but you will see that areas like Mason, Fredericksburg, Gillespie County they're still well above freezing for this morning, and likely going to remain either in the upper 30s or the 40s as we head through the rest of our day. So let's continue. And obviously here we've got this precipitation types kind of explainer for you guys. We just have too much warm air in the atmosphere and not a lot of cold air over on the surface. So that freezing rain or potential for freezing rain is going to be very slim for today. But out there in the hill country, those kind of colder pockets that kind of hide out there, it's possible maybe a little bit, maybe just those isolated pockets of freezing rain could work their way in. However, that's not really going to be the case even as we head through the afternoon, because of course we will warm up into the 40s. Let's look at this afternoon, because we are going to be shifting towards a greater chance for some precipitation for our Sunday afternoon. So you'll see here's 12:30. We'll see just a slight array of those showers. And then as we push towards 7 p.m., 8 p.m., that's where we're going to see a little bit more widespreadedness of that rainfall. However, you will note that it is not very heavy. And, you know, through a lot of today, we're not going to see that much heavy rainfall out there. However, as we shift just a little bit further into Monday night, probably from 11 p.m. tonight into 3 a.m. tomorrow is when we're going to see that large push of very wet weather. Some of this is going to be very heavy at times, and of course it's moving over that lake system. So while it will be beneficial for some of our lakes to, you know, kind of replenish themselves, it is going to be cause for maybe some river flooding in some areas, as well as, you know, just ponding on the roads. And generally, I mean, this is 3 a.m. but as we head a little bit further, you will see it's going to continue to affect us through 11 a.m. on Monday. So those commuter hours could be a little bit hairy for some if you are headed out between the hours of 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. As for Monday night, we are going to get, thankfully, some drier conditions in the region for our Monday afternoon. However, by 9 p.m. and even continuing on into Monday evening, there is some other slight possibilities that this kind of eastern area, so anywhere from Milam County, Lee County, Bastrop County, Caldwell County, as well as Fayette County, you guys are kind of in that range for the potential for greater flood possibilities in that slight risk that we've been issued. So here's a look at some accumulations, at least just through the next 18 to 24 hours or so. So, you know, through 8 p.m. today, we're looking at an extremely light wash. I mean, for our Sunday, this is really, we're not worrying about the flood risk for our Sunday. It's really our Monday that we're going to start to worry about it. So into 11 p.m. you'll see maybe a couple additional rounds of rain for areas kind of shifting into that I-35 region. However, not going to see much for our Sunday. Monday, here's a look, 12:30 p.m. By that time, you'll see the hill country kind of left out of this event. However, the central and eastern areas is what we're really thinking is going to get the most amount of rain. I mean, look at that over towards Fayette County, inching on 4 inches by 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. And let's kind of head into the rest of the afternoon. Like I said, going to be drier for our Monday night, so we're not going to gain a ton more rainfall in those areas. However, they do perk up just a little bit. So if you are anywhere along the I-35 corridor as well as eastward, you guys really want to be paying attention to the forecast as we head through the day tomorrow, because it is going to be potentially dangerous for some, especially those living in and along those creek beds that are pretty dry right now in this time of year, but we are getting significant rainfall, as you can tell. So let's kind of look over at our severe outlook. Now, this is for Monday. We also do not have one for Sunday. Like I said, today is going to be kind of a non-eventful day. We just want to prepare you guys for what's going to happen as we head through the beginning of this week, because it is going to take some people by surprise. You know, we had the cold weather last Monday. Today is the wet weather for this Monday. So we are not in a marginal, any of these, we're not in this region. However, we do have a general thunderstorm risk that has been issued by the National Weather Service, which just means that you'll hear some rumbles of thunder. There will be some lightning, but we're not expecting any of this rainfall to be overly severe or to reach those severe limits. Just that heavy rainfall. As we look into Sunday, well, obviously we don't have one ongoing for Sunday either. Just a general thunderstorm risk for a little bit later on tonight, obviously, because we aren't going to see much in the way of rainfall throughout the day today. However, let's shift into our flood outlooks. Our flood outlook for Monday is going to concentrate over on those eastern sides. So you can see Cameron bound to Bastrop, Giddings, LaGrange. So those far eastern counties will be in our slight risk for our potential for flooding. And you can see that also the Austin area, the I-35 corridor, is included in a marginal risk, which, yes, again, is the lowest risk, but it's also very possible that we could see those rains in and again around that area as well. And obviously, the I-35 corridor is where most of our population is located. So this may definitely impact commuters tomorrow, as well as just people hanging in and around their city. You know, Austin, most of the people living from Georgetown through San Marcos and Buda, but over towards the east end, that's who is in the greatest risk for that flooding. Now, we'll have to check back in and around for this evening as well as tomorrow morning to see if we get updated, because we could get anywhere from 2 to 3 inches in some of those far eastern counties tomorrow, which is a lot of rainfall in a short amount of time, especially because this is mostly going to be impacting our region from Monday morning through Monday at about 12 p.m. Here's a look at our flood outlook for Tuesday. Again, most of us were dropping down into that marginal risk, which is a level 1 out of 4, but you want to stay weather aware for all of these days. And then continuing on into our Wednesday, or at least I thought I had Wednesday pulled up, but I believe that we are under a marginal risk for Wednesday too. So as we head into the rest of this week, so Tuesday and Wednesday, we also have chances for rain. Now, they are lesser chances for rain, about an 80% chance on Tuesday and about a 40 to 50% chance on Wednesday. So let's look at Tuesday about 7 a.m. You do see that wash kind of moving over the area. Could be very heavy at times. So again, we want to be on alert. We again are in a marginal risk for that flooding on Tuesday. And then again on Wednesday, here you see that 5 a.m. on Wednesday gets a little bit clearer. There are some dry spots in and around here. So we just have about a 50% chance of rain for our Wednesday. And then heading into Thursday and Friday looks much drier. However, shifting through the weekend, you can see Friday by 7 p.m. we may have additional rainfall incoming for this weekend. So you definitely just want to be packing the raincoat, the umbrella, the rain boots, and making sure you guys are well prepared for this week, because the rain is going to be off and on throughout the next couple of days. By Saturday, thankfully, we clear out once again, but we may even be tracking some cooler conditions after that. As for rainfall potential, we've got some issues in our comparisons for, our European model as well as our American model, those big models that, we input all this info into and they spit out what they think is going to happen for this week. So I'll take that full really quickly. There mostly in agreement. I would say they're in better agreement than what we usually see. However, the European model is really going overboard for our rainfall potential into, okay, these are both for Wednesday at 6 p.m. So this is the entire week of this rainfall. So potentially 5, even 6 inches. They're expecting anywhere from Caldwell County up to Lee County for the European model. However, the GFS model does give some areas like Caldwell as well as Bastrop, those increasing chances for the rain that kind of, are a little bit similar to our European model as well. But I think the main takeaway here, I'll put myself back up on the map. The main takeaway from both of these comparisons is just that, yes, that east side, east of I-35 is going to be picking up the greatest amount of rainfall over the next 2 to 3 days. Let's look at our kind of compilation model here. This is mostly what we're going to be seeing. Anywhere from 1 to 2 for our hill country areas, probably even 2 to 3 for our I-35 kind of central counties, anywhere from Williamson County down to Hayes County, and then potentially upwards of 3 inches for those eastern counties. So make sure you guys are kind of planning your week just to be in the know of all of that rainfall, because obviously it is on the way. A last look at our 7-day forecast. You'll see that we get a lot of rainfall early on in the week. Monday, Tuesday, 80 to 100% chances of rain for both of those days. However, we do drop down on Wednesday and Thursday, a little bit kind of gradually slowing as we shift towards the end of the work week here. And then Friday and Saturday, we do see just a 20% chance of rain continuing on. So it is a cloudy day out there. We're going to start to track this rainfall as we head towards, those later hours of even Sunday. I'll be here tonight. I'm working a double shift today. So tune back into the news at 5:30 p.m. I believe we have a 5:30 show. Football is not going to be an issue today. Or we are also getting back on our streaming platforms after our early evening show. So after the 5:30 show, we'll be back on the streaming platforms, kind of taking you back through the early parts of this week, what we're thinking in regards to that flooding as well as that severe outlook, the potential for what you guys are going to see in and around town for your Monday and Tuesday, because those are kind of bigger weather days, biggest weather days, most active weather days for that rainfall. If you have any questions, make sure to, tweet at me, let me know on some of my socials here. I'll take this full for you once again, just so you can see my social handles. It's Grace Thornton WX, or you can, contact our KVUE newsroom if you've got questions about the forecast. We can go over all of those details even as we head through the night tonight. So again, today is not the day that you need to be really, really worried about that rainfall. It's going to be tomorrow, the first half of your Monday. I'll be signing off now, and join us at 5:30 p.m. tonight on the news, as well as join us on our streaming platforms a little bit later on. We'll say around 6 p.m. or 6:30 tonight. We'll probably send some social messages out about that a little bit later on. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here real soon.